Staying on the training side, I was at the house the other day, and my son is dribbling a little mini basketball in his room on the carpet. He's got like a door rim or whatever. And my son's going to be at your basketball camp this weekend as well. We'll talk about that. And I'm hearing him talk to whatever the little voice animated thing is, like the command thing on YouTube. He's like, how to dribble like Kyrie Irving. Like he's telling the YouTube to find it. So he's watching these type of videos. Do you think that the accessibility these kids have these days, you think that's a good thing or that's a bad thing? That you have these, do you think they can learn bad habits with the technology they have, or how do you think that works?
Yes and no. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I think we're creatures of repetition.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, sidebar from basketball, I watch Soul Train every Saturday.
Right.
So you couldn't miss it.
Yeah.
And we used to wish it was taped so we could actually
go back
over
and
it and look at
everything.
it. Finally, in 1985, we got a VCR.
Yeah, you can go watch Soul Train, yeah.
So it's the same thing when I was growing up and coming into today. YouTube is in that space, but at the same time, they can go back and look at it repeatedly with a touch of a button, touch of their finger now.
Right.
So that gives them a chance to see things over and over. Now, the only setback with it is that kids are trying things that they're not able to do yet.
Right.
So it introduces them to things so fast that sometimes their maturity or their skill set is not ready for that yet. So that's the only problem. But that's why we're here as a company. We want to make sure that those things are taught at the right time. So you're fundamentally sound to go to the next phase, to work on something else that's even tougher. So that's part of what we do, and I think who is kind of overseeing it can kind of help facilitate that.
And I mentioned that you're having a camp this Friday here in Memphis. Tell us more about that camp and what we can expect for the young people that will be there at your camp this Friday.
Well, the Big Three is great. It's a great organization. Ice Cube came up with it in 2018. 3-on-3 basketball, just like we started playing. The Young Three actually came out of the Big Three. Our president, Jerome Williams, was a health facilitator. Junkyard Dog, everyone knows who that is. So he overseed everything, and he got me involved with this back 3 years ago. So I would travel to all the cities and do it with him, which was fun. We got a chance to really touch a lot of kids from multiple communities, all types of kids, highly skilled, some just starting the game, just learning. That was great. Then we had kids that were really good, and we were able to work with them as well. And then we put them in the game situations, which the 3-on-3 games present all those opportunities, all the things that we worked on.
Right.
I have my own basketball services, so when we missed that opportunity here in 2020 because of COVID, when they came back, I told them I would obviously work with them from a personal standpoint with my business to kind of help offset everything that they were doing as well and add some other ingredients to make sure that the teaching was at a higher level. Even though we were doing such a great job of the clinics, I wanted to make sure we can put an extra stamp on it. So we're bringing our staff in to add all the other intangibles to make sure things go well and actually things are being taught the same way, the way we teach it in our training facility. Now, the games are just a bonus. And we want to add that component, which we'll have that in our facility. We'll break everything down just like you'll see at the actual games where the court is broken down to a half court, everyone's surrounding the U shape, the fans, everything. We want to make sure everything's involved so the experience is good for them.
And like I said, my son's going to be there. He's excited. All the campers get tickets to the game on Saturday night.